Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Dyra.
Ooh, featuring Milo.
Yeah, our dog wants to be in the video. So, anyways, this is episode 99. Can you believe it?
I mean, we should be at like 200 already with
No
the way we be missing
way.
episodes.
No, we do not miss
but-
episodes like
no,
that.
No, not that. Maybe not that heavy, but
Mhm.
we definitely have been like missing some. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't tell the truth. And that's that. I would have skipped this week too. But we making it.
Here we are.
Yeah, we making it.
So for episode 100, we really want to like celebrate it together and with you guys. We were thinking about bringing like a special guest, but
We gonna rock out solo dolo. How we been doing?
right. And honestly, I feel like people would appreciate just meeting us in person, if anything. So we did put a poll out on our Instagram. And we asked you guys like when would be like the best day, either a Friday night or a Saturday night. And it came out to be like a even number or whatever. So we're gonna do it on Friday, April 26th.
Yes.
So Friday night, we're gonna have a meetup in Jersey City. The location is TBD. But we're gonna announce it like on our Instagram. So if you're not following us, I suggest following us on Instagram, and maybe closest to the date we'll say it in the next episode, since that would be number 100.
Yeah.
We're still figuring it out, but we have one place in mind. We don't want it to be too loud and too crazy because obviously we want to be able to like talk to you guys. So it's not gonna be like a big banger or anything like that. But maybe we'll take a shot or something.
Yeah.
Or something.
Just a mini, celebratory and more so like, get to meet, some of you guys.
Yeah. We tried doing a meetup last year and the weather kept messing it up. So we were like, you know what? We're not gonna count on the weather. We're not gonna count on the weather this year. Might as well just do it like inside somewhere. So yeah, we hope that you guys can make it. And I really hope to like meet some people in person. Even if it's like just 5 people that show up, like I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not expecting craziness.
I'm about to say we have zero expectation that it's gonna be this full out like
it's not gonna be nothing crazy. So if that's what that's what you want, it's not it.
Right.
It's not it for sure.
Yeah. So pop in, say what's up, and then do your own thing. What we chatting about? We got any catch ups, updates?
Oh, we don't have a cookie question.
Some things stick and some things don't.
We did have a voicemail, but it got cut off. So if you are gonna leave a voicemail, we recommend trying to have it like under 2 minutes. Just so we can really like listen to it and then put it on the podcast, because we don't want you guys to get cut off, especially when it's like a long story. But yeah, so what?
To be honest, keep it down to like 60 seconds.
It's hard sometimes.
I know it do be hard, and I get it. Like you want to get everything out, you want to get all the details in, but sometimes that's also a long time to sit and listen.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about types of attraction, because apparently there are many different types of attraction.
There is. There's some people who you just shouldn't exceed certain things with. I feel like this is a fairly important topic because when you think of attraction, ultimately you think physical, sexual, romantic wise, like I'm attracted to that person. I want to talk to that person. I want to get to know that person. I want to like this, like, I don't want to, say vibe, but I don't know. You automatically just like think sexually, romantically, and
right.
in those aspects. But it's like, you ever just are attracted to someone, but it's not off the strength of like I'm physically attracted to you, or your attributes, or like I'm sexually attracted to you. It's like I'm attracted to something about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who was it? Somebody? I don't think it was you. Maybe it was you, or it was somebody, and they were like, I don't know what it is about young Miko. Like, she's pretty, but I don't think like I'm attracted to her for other reasons, and I don't think that it's because like and young Miko is pretty,
Mhm.
but different strokes for different folks.
Mhm.
But somebody was just saying like, she's okay, but like something about her like presentation or like
Mhm.
her aura, like or her
Yeah.
swag, I guess it was that like brings that attraction.
Yeah.
So I feel like that just goes to show like there's different ways where we find ourselves intrigued and like attracted to people, and sometimes it can be like hard to explain because no one sits down and talks about, oh, like this
Yeah.
is why, like you're usually confused and you don't know why. And I think then you confuse that with that physical romantic sexual attraction, and
Mhm.
then that's when you trying to shoot your shot and you're over here doing things you shouldn't be doing, and then
Right.
realizing like, oh, like I didn't think it was gonna go like that, or
Mhm.
I don't even really like you like that. Like that didn't go how I thought. It's
Mhm.
because you don't really like them like that.
I feel like there's certain people that like I've dated or like I've talked to that people were like, I don't know what you see in them. Like they're not attractive or
You ever
like
feel salty when I say? How many times have you been told that?
a couple of times.
But like throughout dating the same person, or
No,
like
no,
a
no,
couple
no,
people.
no, no. Like a couple people.
Now at that point, were you like, is it me? Like, am I blind? Or like, is it like,
No, I would
did
try
it
to.
bother you?
No, I would try to explain to them like, yo, it's not all about like looks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the. I don't want a fucking model. Like, it was like they're like intelligent or
Mhm,
like there's like other things about them that like make them attractive.
mhm.
And I feel like there was just definitely some shallow people in my life that were like, they're not cute. You could do better. Like, they're not cute. You could do better. But I feel like it's hard to explain to someone like, um, they're attractive to me because of this, and it's like, why do I even have to explain these things to you?
Yeah.
You know?
Like, again, different strokes for different folks. Like,
Mm-hmm.
who's for you isn't gonna be for somebody else, and vice
Right.
versa. And like, we just have to accept that. But again, just like how society is
Mm-hmm.
with having this imagination or this like, idea that pretty people have to be with pretty people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes like we're not all pretty to everybody. So,
Right. Exactly.
but everybody now tells her that she has a pretty partner. So
Oh my lord.
I'm glad I'm the one.
I can't. Okay, so if you look it up, there's some people say there's 5 different types. Some people say there's 6. There's like 10, 11, whatever. We're gonna go over a few today. I'm not sure if this is the full list, but there's emotional attraction, romantic, sexual slash sensual, physical, aesthetic, and then platonic. On this list, I would definitely add like intelligence. I don't know. I know that there's a word for it, and I can't figure it out right now, but something in that like area. So for emotional, obviously it's the ability to want to be like emotionally present with someone, friends, family, partner. Romantic is attraction that makes people desire the romantic contact or interaction with another person. Sexual is attraction that makes people desire sexual contact or show sexual interest in another person. Physical is a desire to be around others, to be physically cared for and treated with love and affection. Aesthetic is the ability to admire someone's appearance without the need or desire to have physical, sexual, or romantic connection with them. And then platonic is a friendship that develops with another person in a non-romantic and non-sexual way. Your desire to be friends with them could be based on shared lifestyle or who they are as a person. You like them as a person. What do you think about that?
I think those are all valid, and those are very good examples and explanations of ways to like find yourself appealing or like someone appealing to you.
Mm-hmm. And then I had seen this like graph that kind of goes over like, I'll link it, but it's like, what kind of attraction am I feeling? And it basically just talks about like how it can be difficult to figure out what exactly we're feeling. And sometimes you're just like confusing yourself. Like, am I sexually attracted to this person or like just romantically attracted.
Yeah.
But romantic attraction says, like, when you think to yourself, like, I can't help but like imagine a future with them, or like I fantasize about kissing them, marrying them, moving in with them. I desire to be romantically involved with them, and like that you have butterflies when you're near them or anything like that. So I feel like that would be like a regular like
Example of like romantic
yeah,
attraction.
pretty much. Sexual attraction is I can't help but to fantasize about being sexually close with them or imagining them naked. Being near them arouses me a bit.
Mm. And you get the tingles. Y'all remember when I talked about the tingles? If you don't tingle, you don't mingle.
It says I feel a physical magnet towards this person. Then platonic attraction is I feel like an emotional connection with this person. I feel like we're on the same wavelength and I can easily understand them. I feel like we're vibing and it's easy to talk to and share with them. I feel drawn to their energy. I'm very comfortable hanging out with them and I desire to know them and have them get to know me.
I feel like a lot of people are in that boat of like, I have this platonic bond and relationship with this person, and then they like confuse it for like romantic. And then I feel like when you find yourself thinking like, oh, if I'm this comfortable, if I'm this open and like bonded to this person, like why wouldn't I be romantically, interested?
Yeah.
And then it's like you do mess with them or you do try to like go past that threshold, and then you're like, I don't feel nothing. Like I don't get those feelings as described in like romantic, like I don't.
Or like the feelings just aren't mutual.
Yeah.
I feel like this happens a lot with like the first person that you date when you like come out or like
Yeah.
when you're like experimenting. Like I don't know, like I feel like the first person that I dated, like I feel like we definitely could should have been friends. Because we were very we were cool, but I feel like emotionally I was just like a bit more emotionally mature than them, and I feel like just things were taken the wrong way and it was just like drama all the time. Like just a big drama.
Tragic.
Tragic.
I think I feel like I see a lot of people who end up in relationships that they don't even know that they're in these relationships. And I kind of think like that's based off of we have this platonic bond, so I do all these things around you, and then the other person actually has the romantic feelings, and then think like, oh, well, we're basically together, like we're doing all these, because in all actuality, like sometimes in a platonic relationship, you do all the things that, almost all the things aside from maybe some of the physical, like in terms of sexual or like kissing or anything, like, but you do have friends that kiss too, so it's like the lines are always blurred, but I feel like sometimes there are those one-sided to where like you see platonic, so this is normal to you, and I see romantic, and like I'm over here delulu thinking we're in a relationship, but you're like, no, we're just friends,
Right.
and I feel like that's very heavy in the community.
Yeah, that happens a lot. OMG. Then they have the aesthetic attraction where you think to yourself, this person has really cool style or a beautiful face, body, or I appreciate their beauty the same way I appreciate a beautiful sunset. I want to be around them in the same way I want to be around beautiful art. I feel a desire to stare at them or maybe even draw them. This one's a little creepy.
The stare and draw.
Yeah.
No, because they're just like so pleasing to the eye sometimes.
Yeah. But honestly, like I feel like looks can only get you so far. So I feel like if you feel this way towards a person, like, oh my God, like they're so cute, but as soon as they open their mouth, you're like, what the fuck? Then it's like,
Yeah.
this not gonna work long term because beauty's gonna
Yeah, but it's
fade.
not even in the sense of, at least for like aesthetically pleasing, it's not even off the strength of like, oh, you're just so pretty. Like you have some people who, like, I'm not saying are ugly, like they have, I don't know how to say that, but they're pretty and like they're cute, but it's the way they present themselves and the way that they carry themselves and things like
Right.
that brings that aesthetic attraction.
Right. Like Young Miko.
Yeah. Yeah, like Young Miko is cute.
It's that Young Miko has swag.
Yeah, so like that makes it like 10 times like that gets you drawn in. You're like, damn, like her fit is fire, or like her the shit she be wearing, or like her tattoos, you know?
But you know, everyone's cute. We're just poor.
No, because
poor.
there's like a level. There's like, you know, you're cute, you're pretty, like
I
don't
think
know.
there's levels like you don't need anything. Like you don't
Yeah.
need you could walk out, you don't need to do your hair or makeup and you're just like naturally gorgeous type of thing.
Right. There's some people who are naturally gorgeous, and then there are people who are just like, you gorgeous because you got money.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah. And that's okay because you popping. Everybody would be popping, I'm sure, if they had money, but you do have some naturally beautiful people.
Yeah. And then the last one that I have here, it's sensual attraction. It says this person makes me feel like this person makes me feel like I do when I see a big fluffy dog. I feel a strong desire to snuggle them or hug them or just be near them in a non-sexual way. I may fantasize about cuddling them or being close to them. I feel totally comfortable with their physical touch, whether it's a simple hand on my arm or a hug or a full-on cuddle. I may feel inclined to physically interact with them more than other people.
So it's like that affection. It's that affection friend. Do you have an affectionate friend?
Not super over affectionate, no. Like I feel like regular, honestly. Yeah.
But I mean, it's different for everybody. But I also think like maybe that's different for you because you get the affection at home. So like you get the affection from like your mom, your dad, you know, your family for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I don't like. I mean, you know how we are. We tough love.
Yeah, I give my siblings a hug every time I see them.
Yeah, we don't do that. Now, like my brother will give me a kiss or whatever, but like when I see my parents now, because I'm not seeing them all the time, like
well, now they're doing it.
Yeah, because now I don't see them all the time.
Yeah.
But like when I would see them on the regular, it'd just be like, "What's up?" Like, and that was it. But I will say, like for the most part, I'm not. Aside from like us, I'm not really an affectionate person, but
no, you're not.
Yeah, over like the years, I've had like I don't know what it is that I attract very like affectionate friends.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love my friends, so it's like I think that's almost weird to some people.
Jasmine's like super affectionate, right?
Yeah, Jasmine's very like physical and affection. Like she's like hands down like just nice. And and when I first met her, I thought that was bullshit, and I was like, giving fake. I tell her that every time, but she's actually genuinely like just a physical affectionate person, and it's not off the strength of like, oh, I like you, you know.
No, she's very like, no, I don't get those vibes.
Yeah. So but yeah, I think like that's cute. We all need affection. That's all.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my friends could be awkward when it comes to that. I mean, we give each other hugs every time we see each other. But
do y'all say I love you?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay, that's good.
But we don't do like overly affectionate stuff.
Yeah. When you first like saw me and my friends, did you think that was weird?
I mean, you guys like hump each other. It's like shit.
We're dramatic. We are dramatic. But I think like I don't know. I wouldn't say that I would go and do that with everybody. And you've seen me with other like different people, like new friends, just different. Like you have different groups of people that you do certain things with. Yeah. And like the people that you've met, like, you know, like those are my bitches.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes I feel like a little bit weird, like being like overly affectionate.
Why?
I don't know.
In general?
Just like in friendships.
Friends. Okay.
Just like in friendships. Like, I don't know. I can't describe it. But I don't know. Like, I feel like I've always been like that, though. Even like before I came out. Like, it was just like,
you're a very boundary
I don't want no weird
person.
shit.
Yeah. Like you make sure you
don't want no
don't
weird
want
shit.
the lines blurred.
Yeah.
But like, do you think like because you dated guys before, like you have to have those boundaries in dating guys, and now that like you did switch and started dating women,
Mm-hmm.
you felt like you still had to carry those boundaries because you know like some some of these people don't have any.
Right.
And I feel like as you know, at least in like women friend groups,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that there aren't boundaries, but I feel like it's just that bestie vibe where it's just
Right.
you tell each other everything, you do everything together, blah blah blah. It's just like that sister energy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe that has changed over the years.
Yeah.
And people don't, not everybody see like friendships that way. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys do nutty buddy shit together too. It be the guys that are the most affectionate with each
I
other.
heard some weird stuff about guys.
Yeah.
Like,
but show your friends some love, yo. I mean,
no.
even if it's a I love you, give them a hug every once
Yeah.
in a while. You know, step out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying you have to be up there
Right.
wazoo, but those little like gestures go a long way because you don't know what they are or what they aren't getting at home. You know,
Right.
yeah, we would like to think that our friends tell us everything, and you know, I do my best to tell my friends everything. I would hope you know that's reciprocated, but still, like we're not there day in and day out walking paths with each other. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, definitely show that little bit of love to your friends because, whew, we need it in this lifetime.
Right. I guess this is something to think about when you're like asking yourself, like, am I attracted to them physically, or do I admire like their personality or like their intelligence? Like sometimes you just admire like one specific thing about a person, and then like they become like attractive to you in that way, and that's why other people really don't understand. Or sometimes you're like, I'm attracted to them sexually, but romantically I would never be in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
And like that's been a lot of people that I've dated, I felt that way, but like you can't really say that. You can't be that honest, honestly. But yeah.
I also think like as I've said before, I've like I've dealt with people that I felt like should have just been friends and I shouldn't have passed like thresholds with, whether that have been like a kiss or sharing like you know like flirting moments or just like anything outside of the friendship norm.
Let's go into the family meeting.
Yeah.
Do you want to read
this
one?
This probably the quickest we ever got to the family meeting.
Do you want to get to read it?
Just, you know, watch the battery over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, smiley face. I'm in a situation where I have a long-term girlfriend, but my best friend recently confessed to me that she is platonically in love with me. Me and my best friend are extremely close, and we truly love and care for each other as friends, so it makes sense that she feels that way. I also admitted that I feel the same way towards her. The only thing that is confusing is that she tried to kiss me the last time we hung out. She is very straight and has a boyfriend, so I didn't think much of it, but it's still a thought in my head that I can't get past. Do you guys see anything wrong with this situation, or am I overthinking?
Wow.
Whoa, pump the brakes, Sarah. I don't know if that's their name. I'm kidding.
It's funny because literally it ties in with our episode.
Yeah. So is it like, did she kiss you and she liked it? Like, what happened?
I don't know, because she said platonic, so I feel like it's just kind of like one of those situations where she's just trying to experiment kissing a girl, and it is what it is, but I don't think it's gonna move past that.
Stop. First of all, let me say something. Oh, Milo, sorry. Stop trying experiments on your besties.
Right.
Like, go, if you want to explore, do that shit outside somewhere else with people you don't know. Stop exploring with people within your circle and that you know. I mean, unless you're both on the same vibe, ultimately there are so many other people out there you could figure it out with. Like, I'm not saying it'll ruin the friendship, but if you really don't know the extent of this, like, you know, exploring that you want to do and curiosity that you have, like it kind of could, you know, damage the friendship a little bit. So it's like, know what you're getting into ultimately. But listen, besties, we got to start finding other people to do it with, because besties just can't be besties anymore. Do you feel like it, you almost think about it because you liked it, or you're just curious of where she stands? Like, what makes you, I don't know. I mean, she definitely shouldn't have made the move on you.
And she has a boyfriend.
Yeah. So, like, what was the
They
purpose of
hire.
her kissing you? Was it just to figure it out? Maybe to see if there was any romantic
She was trying to have fun.
attraction?
She was just trying to have fun.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are both in a relationship. So already that's kind of wrong, because it's like, you know, that we're
Right.
both in relationships. So you're kind of jeopardizing our friendship right now. You guys had the conversation that you platonically love each other and that was okay to share, but was that, like, did that give permission to, you know, exceed the physical aspect of your friendship? I don't know. Like, just because I said I love you back, or I feel the same way, was not an open door for you to, you know, try it. I don't know. I mean, unless you gave her permission, then by all means, hey. All right, family meet number 2. Recently, I started attending the gym more consistently. During that time, a girl began to say goodnight to me whenever we were in the locker room. I noticed her a few times in the gym prior because she's very attractive. We don't communicate while working out. I recently noticed she stopped saying goodnight to me. I wasn't sure if she was welcoming me to introduce myself, or if she was just being friendly. I noticed how pretty she is, and now I want to make a move, but not sure if she likes girls. What should I do? How should I talk to her? I don't know. Maybe just take the initiative to say goodnight to her, hello to her.
You should try to get like her Instagram. What?
I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean, I feel like nobody just like people don't be that friendly nowadays to be saying goodnight in the gym. First of all, there's so many people in the gym. Like, what are you saying goodnight to me? You saying goodnight to everybody else? Like,
yeah, but if you're the only one in the, it's not like everybody. Listen, how many times have you gone in the locker room and there's somebody in there every time, or in the same area that you're in?
not that much.
Exactly. So
what? So you think she's just being friendly?
she could be, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's a hit or miss. I'm not saying, don't shoot your shot. If you're catching vibes, by all means, shoot your shot. But yeah, just, I guess, like, she already stopped saying hi or something. Like, now it's your turn to take the initiative. So take the initiatives. It doesn't have to be in the same way that she did.
Right.
Whatever that looks like for you. You could just be like, hey, like,
I mean, y'all could just be like gym buddies. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Like, oh, I like your gym fit. Because
Yeah.
the way these girls be, listen, the way these women be going to the gym nowadays, like, they be decked out. So you can be like, yo, I like your gym fit, or I like your shoes.
Sets.
Yeah. Like, yo, like, not to be weird, but, what workout are you into? Because,
Yeah, well, what's your workout plan?
yeah, like, I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah, send me your Instagram
yeah,
inspo.
We're like, listen, if you ever need a workout buddy, because sometimes it's hard to get in here some days,
Right.
I just need motivation. So I'm here if you need that. we full of shit, because I would be in the corner like this.
Like what?
Oh, fuck her. Hold on, she not looking at me.
I can't.
Nah.
I can't.
But yeah, I mean, just talk to her. Not make it a big deal. At the end of the day, it's not like you're immediately asking her, hey, do you like girls? Do you want to go out? It doesn't matter. Catch the vibe first, get to know the person first, because even though she's super attractive, you don't really know the type of attraction you're really going to have to her. You see her and you think she's beautiful, but once she talk, or you know what she does, or, those things change. It flips like a switch.
And you're like, ah.
Yeah, and then all that gas and like all the hype you put
Uh-huh.
in your head about, because now you've created this idea of the person because you want to get to know them so bad, and then they're not at all that person, and now you disappointed as fuck,
Mm-hmm.
and you're already like, you already got this person intrigued in you, and now you got to let them down. Like
It
it's
is
just
just
a
tragic.
yeah, 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 yeah,
It's just tragic.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I
We
hope
th-
that goes well for you if you see her again. Don't be
don't be
shy.
shy.
If she doesn't say anything or she doesn't, give back, then that's fine. You tried.
I think we have time for one more. Let me see.
Oh, she wanna give another.
Let's see. Let's see what we got. I dated my last ex for 5 years. I thought I would marry this woman. After we graduated college, things got a bit complicated. She got a full time job an hour away from her place, and I worked from home. Long story short, she cheated on me with a guy coworker less than a month into her role. I always doubted her level of commitment, and she's definitely someone who needs physical closeness to keep any relationship alive. I, on the other hand, could be 1,000 miles away from her, and I would never disrespect her. While we had a few bumpy roads in between, I couldn't let this one slide. So, for a month after I found out, we tried to keep communication and slightly work on it, but I couldn't move past it, especially because when I found out, she made me feel like it was my fault she cheated. She called me one morning to finalize the breakup. It was super random because she had sent a meme like 6 minutes before doing so. That's wild. How you sending memes and then you break up with
Trying
me?
to soften the
Como
blow.
loca. Anyways, it's been almost 2.5 years since that happened.
Dang.
I've gotten therapy, traveled, and healed parts of me I needed I didn't know needed healing. And yet I have this deep fear that it will happen again someday. I heard once on your podcast someone say I'm not an experiment. How do I balance that with also being open to someone who has probably never been with a woman?
What's the question?
She said, I heard once on your podcast someone say I'm not an experiment. How do I balance that with also being open to someone who has probably never been with a woman?
I think just knowing the intentions of that person,
Mm-hmm.
because there are women out here who are opening up and exploring their sexuality, but they're also not doing it in a, like, um I keep thinking of the word skeevy. They're not doing it in a skeevy way. Um, I don't know. You just have, like, you can tell by the intent of a person.
Mm-hmm.
You have women who really are intrigued, interested, and they're like, I want to do this with you because I like you, not just because I want to explore this with another woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to tell, but again, it's just getting to know the person and seeing what it is that they're looking from, you know, what you guys are creating.
Right. And I also just think like being honest with whoever it is that you're like dating and
Yeah.
like if they claim that, that they're looking for something serious, like you have to kind of let them know, like, no, I'm looking for something serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on the bullshit that I've had to deal with in the past. Like I'm really
Right.
not looking to get hurt again
And it's hard
in
because I
that
feel
way.
like we're such in an era where all people want to do is the mess around. So it's like, they want to be together for a little bit, things get hard, they want to give up, they want to go on to the next. Everybody want to be in the honeymoon phase. Everybody, as we've said before, options are super easy nowadays to get the attention of another person. So like, just to piggyback off what you said,
Mm-hmm.
it's, letting the person know, like, if they're telling you, "Oh, this is my first time, I'm trying to explore this," you could be like, "That's great. I love that for you, and I
Mm-hmm.
wish you the best. But I just want you to know that, like, I'm not here on experiment basis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for serious, or I'm willing to date someone who wants to, like,
Right.
who is looking to not just long term, but like actually want to be with a woman, not
Mm-hmm.
just mess around and
Right.
see if I want to be, like, you know for sure, like, this is what I want.
Right.
They may not be sure about you per se, but I'm
Mhm.
sure I want to mess with the woman, or like
Yeah.
I want to be with the woman.
Right.
So, just sometimes you gotta ask the questions. We can't be scared to be like
Yeah, or
asking what
sometimes you
people's
just
intent are.
sometimes you just gotta be honest,
Yeah, valid.
honestly. So they're not wasting your time and their time. But yeah, that was a good one.
That's
All
it. We're
right, are
down
you
to 40
ready? Yep.
minutes. Yep.
Yep. All right, y'all. This was a short episode, but we hope that you guys enjoyed it. Remember that we're gonna do a meetup the 26th of April. It's a Friday night in Jersey City. So please come out if you are in the area. But yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Deuce, mother goose.
Bye.